Better Human by Jackie Schwaba. In Medium.com. Habits relieve stress and promote harmony. Stress is the result of habits with a negative impact. Life seems to become more stressful with each passing year. The impact of stress can pose serious challenges to your health and happiness. Much of our stress is the result of habits that have a negative impact on our lives. We often create our own stress and become less capable of dealing with it effectively. Habits save time and are similar to autopilot. By relying on our habits, we can free up our mind for other tasks. While it's easy to see how diet and exercise habits can influence our waistline, it's a little more challenging to accept the idea that our habits can either create stress and misery, or promote relaxation and harmony. Develop patience and tolerance. Strategies to lengthen the fuse. Medium.com. But habits can do exactly that. Being in control of your life and having realistic expectations about your day-to-day challenges are the keys to stress management, which is perhaps the most important ingredient to living a happy, healthy and rewarding life. Mary Lou Henner. The impact of stress on your life. There are two types of stress, eustress and distress. Eustress is good, positive stress. Working toward goals or taking a vacation can be stressful, but in a positive way. However, when most of us talk about stress, we are referring more often to distress. Distress can have a negative impact on your health. Decreasing the amount of distress in your life greatly enhances your overall health. But just like negative habits can be on autopilot, so can positive habits, and positive habits can help to minimize stress. Stress can influence your happiness and sense of well-being in a few ways. Oops! I did it again. Things to avoid in habit formation. Mistakes that can trip you up. Just ask Britney Spears. Medium.com. The truth is that stress doesn't come from your boss, your kids, your spouse, traffic jams, health challenges, or other circumstances. It comes from your thoughts about these circumstances. Andrew Bernstein. Our lives are largely the result of our habits. It's easy to see the impact that habits, both positive and negative, have on our lives. Brushing your teeth each day has a profound impact on the condition of your teeth. Missing a day here and there has little impact, but brushing on a regular basis has a very positive outcome. Failing to brush your teeth regularly has a very negative effect, and brushing your teeth occasionally doesn't help much. Your dentist will unlikely be able to tell whether you brushed your teeth 10 times or 0 times over the last 6 months. It's the habit of brushing that provides positive results. Similarly, there are many habits that can reduce your stress and promote the harmony we all crave. Again, these habits won't accomplish much if only used sparingly. It's important to make a daily habit of them. Take a bite out of overwhelm pie, a small bite. 4 micro habits to reduce overwhelm. Medium.com. Happiness is a choice. You can choose to be happy. There's going to be stress in life, but it's your choice whether you let it affect you or not. Valerie Bertinelli. Habits that make life easier and more pleasant. There are certain habits that help minimize stress and promote harmony. Creating new habits that serve you can only make life easier and more fulfilling. Consider incorporating these habits into your life. 1. Make a list of the most important things to get done. Completing important tasks each day makes life easier and less stressful. Most of us wake up each day and spend our mornings trying to figure out what to do first. Whether it's Monday or Saturday morning, know what needs to be done before your feet hit the floor. 2. Exercise. Exercise boosts your mood. An intense workout can help to clear the mind, burn off excess energy, and reduce stress. It's good for your body, mind, and waistline, too. 3. Be grateful. When feeling stressed, you're probably focusing on the negative. Everything seems to go south when your stress level is high. But you likely have many things in your life that are great. 4. Stay in the present. When your stress level starts to rise, you may dissociate from your environment and start living more inside your head. Stress has a way of making us fret about the future and focus on the negative. This cycle only magnifies the stress. 5. Monitor your mood and engage in self-talk. Most challenges are easier to prevent than they are to solve. It's much easier to avoid gaining weight than it is to lose 100 pounds. It's easier to brush your teeth each day than it is deal with severely decayed teeth. 6. Spend some time on enjoyable activities. If you feel like you rarely get to take part in enjoyable activities, now is the perfect time to start. There's rarely a better time than the present. 7. Meditate or pray. Meditation is one of the best ways to give our brains a rest. Even sleep isn't as mentally restful because we often spend all night dreaming about work or bizarre situations. 8. Practice forgiveness. If you're unable to forgive, it's difficult to be at peace. Focusing on old hurts likely gets you worked up. Furthermore, failing to forgive yourself for your missteps can hold you back from the peace and harmony you desire. 9. Be focused on solutions. Are you assertive when it comes to solving dilemmas, or do you stick your head in the sand and hope they'll resolve themselves? Although many of us are great at distracting ourselves from unpleasant situations, this is rarely a good solution. 10. Choose something to look forward to. It's challenging to enjoy life if you lack something that excites you when you look at your future. You could choose to highly anticipate a vacation, the birth of a child, or your first book being published. Is avoidance always bad? Things people avoid that increases their ability to be happy. Medium.com. We all need things to look forward to. Create a compelling future. These habits will serve you well. With a little effort, you might even come up with some additional habits that will be even more effective for your personal situation. What will help you the most? Think about it. Stress is nothing more than a socially acceptable form of mental illness. Richard Carlson. How to create new habits. Deciding to adopt new habits sounds great on paper, but it can be challenging to put them into action. How many times have you tried to exercise on a regular basis, only to find yourself back on the couch after a few days or weeks? There are many strategies that can make installing and maintaining new habits easier. Follow these steps to create long-lasting, positive habits. 1. Choose the time and place. Many positive habits will be centered on a time, place, or both. For example, you might exercise before work. Or you might meditate in the evenings in the spare bedroom. Having a specific time or place to perform and perfect your new habits is instrumental in ensuring they quickly become a regular part of your life. 2. Start with one habit at a time. It's natural to resist change. Trying to change too much at once is frequently a recipe for disaster. Begin with a single habit. When you're performing that habit reliably, add in another. Continue this until you've incorporated all the habits that you believe will relieve your stress and promote harmony in your life. 3. Start with the easiest habit. How can you give yourself the best odds for success? Start with the habit you believe will be the easiest to perform religiously. A little success will encourage you to continue adding more positive habits, and make your progress much smoother. 4. Understand why. Consider each habit and what it will add to your life. If you're unable to see the benefit in a particular habit, you'll be unlikely to stick with it. 5. Reward yourself. As you reach various milestones, give yourself a little reward. Keep the rewards small, so you can have more of them. 6. Focus for 28 days. Many people claim that it takes at least 28 days to create a new habit. Do everything you can to successfully get through those first 28 days successfully. You'll likely keep the habit forever if you can just survive the first part. 7. Have an anchor. Habits are much easier to create if we have something that reminds us to do them. A good anchor is something that automatically happens each day. For example, it might be getting out of bed, putting on your shoes, eating lunch, or sitting down at your desk. Anything that you already do every day can serve as a reminder to perform your new habit. 8. Prepare. Some habits require planning or other considerations. If you are going to exercise in the morning, you will probably need to set your alarm to wake up earlier. It might also make sense to have your workout clothes laid out and ready to go. Plan ahead and implement the necessary preparations to ensure your success. New habits can be challenging to develop, but these strategies will help make it go more smoothly. One of the best pieces of advice I ever got was from a horse master. He told me to go slow to go fast. I think that applies to everything in life. We live as though there aren't enough hours in the day, but if we do each thing calmly and carefully, we will get it done quicker and with much less stress. Viggo Mortensen. Remove old habits that are bad for your progress. Typically, we make life more challenging than it needs to be. It is not just the new habits that are challenging. We all have well-established negative habits that can prove to be huge obstacles. Think about these ideas to help remove old habits that are not serving you anymore from your life. 1. Make a list of your negative habits. Think about the habits you are attempting to create and consider which of your current habits will be obstacles. Maybe you need more sleep, but you play poker every Wednesday night until 3 a.m. 2. Create positive alternatives that provide the same or a similar benefit. What do you gain by performing the negative habit? For example, playing poker might be about spending time with your friends. Is there another time or way you could see them without disrupting your sleep schedule? It's important to replace the negative habit with a new habit that provides the same benefit. We need to distinguish between stress and stimulation. Having deadlines, setting goals, and pushing yourself to perform at capacity are stimulating. Stress is when you're anxious, upset, or frustrated, which dramatically reduce your ability to perform. Andrew Bernstein. What to do when challenges occur? In most cases, new habits are successful at the beginning. It is definitely easier when motivation and enthusiasm are high. However, there are distractions that make continuing to succeed more challenging. Vacations, illnesses, and other unforeseen circumstances can result in a few days of not getting it done and are suddenly turning into weeks. Consider these strategies to get past the hurdles. 1. Have a contingency plan. If you normally run after work, have a backup plan in case it's raining or you have to work late. 2. Make a list of your negative triggers. Negative triggers are things that distract you from your new behaviors. It might be a particular friend that focuses on negative topics. Perhaps flipping through the channels before bedtime leads to you watching a movie until 2 a.m. 3. Manage your expectations. Expecting too much, too soon, can have negative consequences. It isn't necessary to be perfect. A few slip-ups are not a reason to get upset and discard your new routine. Expect to experience a few challenges. 4. Start over with even smaller habit. If you are consistently struggling, start over at the beginning. But this time, make it easier on yourself. Maybe 30 minutes of exercise is too overwhelming at the beginning. Start with 1 minute. Even though 1 minute of exercise does not have a lot of practical value, it makes getting to 2 minutes of exercise a little easier. Many of us feel stress and get overwhelmed not because we're taking on too much, but because we're taking on too little of what really strengthens us. Marcus Buckingham. Increase harmony in your life. By taking control of your habits, you can reduce stress and increase harmony in your life. Habits are powerful tools. Consider how much time you would lose each day if you had to concentrate on how to drive, tie your shoes, or brush your teeth. We are able to do these tasks without even thinking about them. Sometimes we can even do other things at the same time. But our habits can also betray us. Focusing on your struggles rather than finding solutions, staying up too late, and creating distractions are all examples of habits that fail to support peace and happiness. Add a few positive habits and eliminate a few negative ones. In 28 days, you'll be well on your way to making a drastic change in your life. You must learn to let go. Release the stress. You were never in control anyway. Steve Maraboli. How are you making new habits stick? Coach Jackie, out.